Okay, we are live. And the server crashed as soon as I go live. You love to see it. Okay, well the server didn't crash, but I must have crashed or something. Who knows? The server has not crashed yet, which is surprising considering that we have Duck and Goose on the server, so... I'm gonna let some people join here, and get my music running as well. And then we'll start building. I also need to get the stream up on my other monitor. Okay, here we go. Get everything together. Alright, we got some people here. We got Siren. You're missing from the Silksong stream today. We did another challenge run because I did really badly. And so I did an architect run. Anyways, once again, I'm gonna set a rule for myself to limit how much I talk about Silksong on these streams, because I can do that on the Silksong streams. Is this too loud? Is my music too loud? I think I might turn it down a bit. I can hear it a little bit louder than you guys. I need more rolling pins. Are we able to get a better rolling pin yet? Or do we still need to wait for polyethylene? I'm gonna do polyethylene later in this episode. Yeah, polyethylene and aluminum. I could probably do ironwood if I went to the Twilight Forest, but I'm not gonna do that much for a rolling pin, so... we really don't have a lot of logs now that we don't need logs. Once we got the Wither Skeleton farm going, then we just been running the whole base on coal and haven't chopped down a tree since. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for some people to join, and then I'm gonna have to do a little bit of an intro for the video. Well, not an intro, but I just finished editing last stream, and so I need to record a little segment to bridge them together. This is how I recorded the end of TFG, just one recording at a time. What are you gonna do this stream except the app? I'm gonna be building a lot, again. Last time we built this area, and then off stream, technically on Aspect's stream, because he was online at the time, I built out this area since Aspect was adding more machines, so I have to finish this. I don't know how I feel about the floor. I think I need more of these. And then once we're done this, then I'm going to fill out this bottom floor, fix up the wall after Aspect had gutted everything. Doesn't even seem like this tank's connected to anything anymore. And then once we're done that, I'll decide what I want to work on next. I probably shouldn't put stuff away like that. I put some rolling pins in the kitchen so that I could actually cook here. I've eaten that too many times. We'll do this. Music might still be a little bit too loud. As much as I like the music. Oh, what the hell? Immediately we get the spam lightning. Okay, let me just review where I ended my editing. I actually don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope you can't. Okay, there we go. How do I want to do this? You guys are gonna get some behind the scenes, okay? Also, should I get a... I just randomly got reminded this. Should I get a chat overlay so that I can see my chat here on screen? Because I have to look to my other monitor, and it's bad for the recording if there's no visible chat. But yeah, before I interrupted myself, I'm gonna do a little bit of behind the scenes here, because I gotta create a recording that sort of bridges this one with the last. So this is our third Project Singularity live stream, and I've done a lot of work off camera on this hallway, which Aspect has been building a lot of machines in. But on stream, we've already built this section, we've built the roof up here, we've built up all these walls, and we built this little sort of rafters area, except Aspect moved all of the macerators out of here, and so this area doesn't have much of a purpose. I'll probably still expand it anyways, though, because it looks very nice. So what we're going to work on today is finishing up this hallway, and then cleaning up this floor, because there's parts of it that were never finished in the first place, like this corner, and then also parts that have been gutted because of Aspect's industrialization, and I kind of have to clean up. Chat on stream, was it a should I or can I even do it question? It was should I. Of course you can do it. I've seen it on hundreds of live streams. But yeah, there's your behind the scenes. That's how my recordings work. I'll go to the end of where I edited and then figure out what would work to bridge it. And I'm working with two styles in this video, a bit experimental, because I have the one style I used for the first live stream, which is straight up not including it. I've edited around it to make it so that I do not have to include that live stream at all. I'll see how that works. It seems fine. And then the other style is sort of stream highlights, like an RT game video. And so that's what I've done with the second stream. So it's a bit of an experiment. I'll see which one I like more, and I'll see which one you guys like more. But since I have edited that section... Actually, I should probably offset this so that it's not filling in those gaps. If I have edited the second stream, I can immediately move on to this and... Oh, wow. Move on to this stream and also build off of that recording. Makes things work a lot better for my workflow. It also means I can work on other things, because I'm not just editing constantly. I bounce back and forth between recording and editing, and that means I can also work on other projects at the same time. Like I'm working on a Silksong video right now. Got a script written up. What's the floor block in your main room? What's it called? Huge cobblestone tiles from Chisel. They won't look the same with default textures, though, because I'm using Modernity GTNH. Also, I paused my own live stream. What's the point of a live stream on my other monitor if I paused it? There we go. So we're gonna... Oh. Don't want to do that. I'm gonna try a few things here. Because my original design just has this. But then I realized that these rusty grates look a little bit better, and so I'm gonna try mixing a lot more of these into the design. But I don't know if this is gonna work either. Yeah, I think that works. I want to see if I can remove these steel frame boxes, though, because they're expensive, and I don't even know if they look that good. They kind of work. The original purpose of having these frame boxes was to have a little bit of a thicker scaffolding. Oh, I ran out of fire res. So this fills in just a little bit more of the block. But it's not that much of a difference. It's only a few pixels now that I really look at it. Now, maybe we should just switch to only the scaffold. Have I pranked anyone on the server yet? Not in this episode, but episode 6 I accidentally killed Dragonium. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Because I have 3 options. Oh, I did not get fire res. That's why I ran to the other side of the base. Man, my Silksong stream was like this too. I'm very lost today, I swear, I have dementia. Just running back and forth between areas. I came here to grab potions. I don't even remember where the potion chest is. I need to compare these two designs. So between alternating with the frame box and the scaffolding, and then just the scaffolding, which looks better. Also, this fire effect is so annoying, I swear. That's one of the many very weird things I find in vanilla. Like, why does the fire effect have to cover your entire screen even when you have fire resistance? Prefer it looking skinnier and more uneasy to stand on? Yeah, I guess everyone likes a good OSHA violation. This is definitely cheaper, because these steel frame boxes need 8 steel rods to make 2. So that's, on average, I think 2 ingots per. But I do prefer this. I don't know why. I don't know what's different about it. Oh, I burned that one. Are there resource packs that fix the fire? Yes. Honestly, I would like it if someone linked me that, because that's a must-have. It's just very weird that vanilla does that. Also, these pipes broke. I find it I find this very annoying about this version of GT. I cannot connect these pipes wherever... Oh, well, I can connect them wherever I want, but I can't connect them into a block that doesn't have a fluid inventory. And so if I wanted a fake pipe to connect from one wall to another, I can connect them into each other. I can even connect them into the air, but I cannot connect them into the wall, no matter what I do. And I tried to fix it by using plate covers there, but apparently that only worked temporarily. And upon rejoining it apparently destroyed itself. I still have fire resistance. I should knock these out before I run out of fire resistance. Oh, that's unfortunate. You can go into the files and just remove the texture. I'm pretty sure that would remove the fire texture itself, though. Because I think they share. Which would mean that actual fires would be invisible for me. Oh, timestamp guy is in the chat? You should find a way to timestamp the Project Singularity live streams as well. I don't know what you would do, though, and maybe that's dragging out the meme. I need technical blocks. I don't have a lot left. Okay, I have ruined all of these crafting stations. Oh, that's a lot. We probably need that many. Okay, this is pretty good. Yeah, that makes it work together with the original floor a little bit better, because the old system was way more gray. Thank you, Super Obama. Oh, two people had the same idea. I'm glad views of my videos are perfectly 50-50 balanced. Oh yeah, I should probably explain that. 9 is doing a complete remodeling of Spawn. And so, my store has been taken down because the portal area they want to just be for, Oh no, I put that too far. They want the portal area to just be really decorational builds and no shops there. And so they're moving Tofu Tower and my shop away from that area. And then 9 has also set up a whole road network. But that means that 9 is completely taking down my store and building a new version of it, which does not look like the old one. And that's fine by me because I was gonna completely redo the store anyways, and so clean slate works. Okay, do we have a compressor here yet? These are macerators. This is the forge hammer, I think. This is the compressor. Oh, well then when I just edited this section where I was saying, okay, we'll leave space for the compressors here. When I edited that, or no, when I recorded that, there's already a compressor here. Why is this here? Does it have to be here? I don't see why it has to be there. I think I'll move it. Sorry, Aspect. I think I'll leave space for all of these barrels and stuff over here. Also, Super Obama, if you're still in the chat, I gifted you Hollow Knight and Silk Song. Because you said that you'd make me play Vintage Story if you wow. You'd make me play Vintage Story if you completed both. Okay, we're gonna take down this machine now. Because I don't see the reason for it to be here. Also, it's off-centered. I don't know why Aspect placed it like this. Have you ever looked at someone and wondered what is going on inside their head? This wrench is painfully slow. Is there a better one? What's my current mining speed? 6? No, that's attack damage. Okay, well, they're both 6. That's so oddly specific. Why is the calcium wrench a mining speed of 54.900007? I don't even know how that would be calculated. These are so oddly specific. Why? Why? Mana Steel Wrench? That sounds like it would probably be the fastest we can get. Because none of these are obtainable. Realgar? That doesn't even make sense. Cobalt could be good, though I don't think we have a renewable source of it. Let me see Mana Steel. Where is it? There's so many wrenches. That one's 12. That's pretty good. Someone said that that was as good as Mana Steel. And so if that's true, then I'm just gonna get Mana Steel. If I can find it. I remember what it looks like, right? There we go. Oh, Thaumium's absolutely better. We have Thaumium, I'm pretty sure. We have Void Seeds. We have a lot of Ender Pearls. I'm not going to question where that came from. That's Aspect. There we go. Aspect has also been doing Thaumcraft work. Yeah, I feel like the series is going to change now that Aspect's on the team, because I'm no longer carrying all the progression. I only do the fun parts that I really want to, so I'm going to be making EBF soon. I'm going to be working on oil soon, but Aspect's doing all that infrastructure with the high-pressure steam multis that I just didn't feel like doing. So things are going to shift a bit. I think it's going to be more fun for me. I don't know how you guys will find it, but I'll just continue editing my videos the same way. And if you like it, then you like it. Will it mainly be building streams, or will some here have progression? I don't know, because so far, the only thing I've been doing this episode is building. Whoa! Aspect got some work done here. Okay. I like this. But yeah, this episode has all been building so far. No progression, and so I haven't really decided, because I'm not thinking about that. But yeah, this is a lot faster. Also, it's a purple wrench. Oh, it has no durability. That's awesome. If you were to start the series over from the beginning, would you change anything? Probably not. Some people have a little bit of a concern over Tofu Corp getting really powerful, but like that was to be expected. I always make the comparison to Hermitcraft because that's the main thing we're building that's the main thing we're using as a template for our server. And on Hermitcraft, like, Grian builds barely any farms, and Scar just not at all. He doesn't farm anything. But then DocM77 is only farming stuff. I think in Season 9 he had like 10,000 diamonds, he had a perimeter base. Like, Hermitcraft is like that. And so, Tofu Corp is kind of like DocM77. Like, of course they're gonna be a lot richer, but we don't have to be all exactly the same. If we locked things off, or like limited teams, so that stuff like that wouldn't happen, it would be a lot more boring. I like that Tofu Corp has a very different playstyle, because it keeps us all unique. And of course I knew that would happen. If I was inviting Duck, and Soy Cake, and Neurotic Goose, like, I knew that there was some really good GTNH players, and then me. So, yeah, I of course expected that. But Doc is another beast entirely. I think he's on the same level as Tofu Corp. Tofu Corp just hasn't been given the same amount of time that Doc has to do those types of things. But, like, 577 coke ovens? If DocM77 was a Greg Tech player, he would be doing exactly the same thing. Oh, I'm looking at chat while breaking things. But yeah, someone, I think it was actually the same guy, mentioned that there's a huge wealth disparity. I guess there kind of is. Like, they definitely have a lot more, like, iron and stuff. But they don't have more currency. This is why we're using a currency. That's one part where we have to differ from Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft uses diamonds, which are a commodity-based currency, because diamonds are just inherently useful. But we obviously can't do that on a GregTech server, not just because people, well, groups like Tofu Corp will farm it, but also because it's GregTech. There's just inherent inflation with every single material we could possibly use as a currency. And so that's why we're using abstract currencies like Hecubucks and Tofu Coin. And I stopped printing Hecubucks to try to give them more value, but it turns out nobody has any Hecubucks, and so it kind of killed the currency. Very smart. Tofu Corp is probably going to stop printing soon, though, and they're going to do it a lot better than I did. And once that happens, Tofu Coin will probably become the universal currency of the server, and then, since they're not printing, then the currency is valuable to them, to themselves as well. And then, yeah, that's just the currency of the server. And there's no more wealth disparity, because everyone has their own thing, and they can trade. Like, they will definitely be richer, but it won't be to the same extent as the difference between how much iron we have versus how much iron they have. Will I ever try to bring back Hecubucks? Probably not, because I want a universal currency. And, if I keep fighting to keep my currency alive, then that will never happen. So I have to eventually just step down and let another currency take over. And I think Tofu Coin just makes sense as a currency, because they kind of run the economy anyways. So they might, I might as well just let them. Also, there's not much of a benefit to owning the currency. Like, yeah, you have control over when it's printed, but you don't actually have any... You wouldn't have much of the currency yourself. Well, you did print it. Once it's in circulation, it doesn't really matter that you started it. Also, using a Thaumium Wrench was kind of a mistake, because this thing has no durability. I'll switch to Mana Steel once this breaks. Okay. So we have the entire mixer taken down now. And how big is it? It's like 7 blocks wide, right? Can you not do a multi-block preview in this version? I don't think you can. Yes, it is 7 blocks wide. Pretty sure I could get away with filling the entire floor with machine casing. That's wrong. There we go. Now that still feels wrong. Really? Okay. No, I'm doing 7 blocks on the face. It is wrong. There we go. That definitely felt way too big. Okay, we need gearbox, pipe, gearbox. And then little arms leading into it. Is episode 7 coming out in 2 days? I don't know who said that, but no. It's coming out whenever I finish it. There's your very satisfying answer. Oh, because Christmas. Okay, I understand. No. I am actually worried that I might have deleted some hatches. Because this is definitely supposed to have some item inputs. But we only have the steam hatch. Oh, I just figured out a solution to our problem with these pipes. I just broke my wrench. If the pipes can connect into air, then I could just make them connect off into nothing and then cover that side. Hold on, let me get a wrench and show what I mean. Because it doesn't let me connect it into the floor. This has a cover on it. That's so weird. I forgot that saves. But this can connect into the air like this, but it can't connect into the ground. But if I want it to connect to this side, nothing stops me, and I can still use a cover. So I think I'll do that. Item hatches are probably somewhere on the ground. Well, I took long enough to build it. They probably despawned. Hold on, I have an item relocator. Well, that's concerning. Maybe Aspect didn't give it an item hatch. No, it definitely had item hatches. I'm looking at the math here. There are exactly 2 missing blocks. I put them in my backpack. There we go. We formed a steel multi-block. I'm very useful. Man, I wish the Hunter's March OST was extended, because in the actual game it's way longer than the OST version. I might actually just go find an extended version and stick that in my playlist. Oh, I got timed out as soon as I stuttered on that message. Do the blocks you build with... Oh, wow. Do the blocks you build the shell out of affect the speed of processing? Yes. Using steel casing on the multi-blocks turns them into high-pressure machines, so it doubles the speed. I think we have another bad internet day. Uh-oh. Oh. Maybe it'll let me in now? There we go. Okay, that fills in this wall. There is a bit of asymmetry, though. Oh, wait, no. That asymmetry is this. Hold on. This might actually line up perfectly. Because I can go like this, and now this is the end of the hallway, because there's no more steam multi-blocks that Aspect would be making. Oh, these won't connect. Not in a satisfying way. Have I considered playing Hard Rock? I did play Hard Rock before the TFG started. Wow, before the TFG series started. I am unable to talk today. I'm just gonna end the stream. But yeah, I considered playing it before the TFG series. I don't like it, I'll be honest. It's just... I just feel like a lot of things are made difficult, not because it's realistic and not because it's fun. They're just made difficult so that they can say they're a hardcore mod pack. And I don't play TFG because it's difficult. It's not difficult. I play it because it's really, really fun. Oh, this pipe needs to connect into a wall somewhere. I'll deal with that later. Do you have a rigid upload schedule for Project Singularity? No, that would turn it into a 9-to-5 job. I'm lucky enough to be able to play Minecraft for a living. I'm not gonna force myself to work some days. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm actually quite happy with how this is turning out. And I will need to dig out the floor there and add more lava, but I need more fire res for that. So I'll save that for later. Oh, that doesn't connect across? That's a bit weird. Why did I build it like that? That's actually gonna be very annoying. Yes, Aspect has gone crazy with the multis. I'm just here to clean it up, make it look nice. I didn't want to build a bunch of Steam multis, because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. So I'm glad Aspect has come in and done that. But we set agreements on what each person works on for the sake of their own videos. Aspect already has a series on GTNH, and so he's not going to be doing a lot of proper progression, he's just going to be doing infrastructure. So we were already done the Steam Age, Aspect just caught us up with Tofu Corp, basically. At least in the Steam multi department. Okay, this is actually good. It's actually very good. I need to create a back section over here, so that you can look behind the mixer. Actually, do I? No, not really. I think I can leave the mixer completely dark. Or at least leave it enclosed. So we'll have a lantern here. Lantern here. Actually, since you can't see it, might as well use a torch. Use a bunch of hidden lighting. Because from this side, you can't tell. It's just lit up. My block placements aren't making a noise, which either means I loaded the game up on Bedrock Edition, or, yes, that. I love watching the videos of people trying to build something in Bedrock Edition, and then their blocks stop making noises, and then they just instantly die. We love bug rock. Do I tend to play more technical mod packs? Or, oh wow, I missed the non in there. Do you tend to like more non-technical mod packs? Or more GTNH-esque stuff? Mostly Greg Tech stuff. I wouldn't say GTNH, because I would never play this single player. Project Singularity is the only way I would do it. Also, the server's having issues. I'm gonna ping Flurbin. I'm worried that someone might have done something horribly wrong at their base. Will Bedrock ever have GTNH? No, the dumbass devs decided that mods would be paid on Bedrock, which goes against the whole design philosophy of Minecraft. So it's paid, and I'm pretty sure heavily moderated, so something like GTNH simply cannot happen in that world, and if it did, it would cost like a AAA game. Which means no one would ever get it. Okay, we actually managed to run out of factory blocks as well. No iron. Well, actually, we have lots of iron. Do I ever plan to play Moni Factory? No, I've already played it through Nomi Factory, and the mods are similar enough. Also, hot take, I think Moni Factory does a worse job than Nomi Factory. I played a little bit of Moni, up to MV, I think, and I definitely preferred Nomi Factory. How's the run going? Pretty good. I think we're gonna make a sub 55. Ooh, this would actually be very cool to have on that rafter floor. I'll have this open up there. Oh, whoops. Okay, the server's having really big issues. What the hell? Also, since when was 9 on 40 deaths? I still have the second least deaths on the server. Actually, pretty sure Aspect has less, because Aspect is new. What the hell is happening? This is bad. This is really bad. Like, I don't think it's ever been this bad. That is concerning. I am messaging Flurbin about that, though. He's gonna try to fix it. Right, what was I doing? Yeah, I was gonna clear this roof so that we can expand that, like, behind-the-scenes rafters area. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. Man, gravel in TFC is less annoying, because at least you can support it. In fact, blocks like cobblestone and gravel were my best friend in TFG, because I just support the gravel or cobblestone, and then it can't cave in if it's already debris. That system worked really well, by the way. I don't know if I showed that much, but I just press cobblestone into the ceiling, and then support the cobblestone, and cobblestone itself can't cave in, because it thinks it already has. Uh-oh. I don't like the bungee cording. The Twilight Forest day was better than this. I don't know what's happening. And this is weird. I don't know how to deal with this. Because I want the machines to be pressed up against the supports. I guess I'll just do it like the mixer here. Should I see Goose's spike that has looting on it? I saw the video, or at least the start of the video, but I don't like watching other people's videos because it feels like I'm spoiling stuff for myself. Also, it makes me self-conscious about my own progression when I'm watching Tofu Corp or Goose. And that's not fun. if I'm thinking so much about how I'm doing rather than the cool stuff they're doing. So it's much more fun if I just leave that for myself to discover on the server. But yes, I did hear about that spike. When we asked for a really good looting spike, we were expecting him to give us like a looting 50 spike, which is pretty good. But then he warned us don't go over 1,000. We weren't even thinking 1,000 was on the table. Why is this a different wireframe? Yeah, we got a GTNH dev in chat. Hey, can you fix the offhand backport? It's been the main thing that's been bothering me, just randomly placing torches. There's a few tiny little things that are different than vanilla Minecraft, and it makes the offhand a bit weird. Oh, that's not steel. That's... Wait, why does it look so dark? Whatever. World gen kills server fast. I don't think anyone's genning chunks, though. 9 should be building at spawn right now. And we're the only 2 people on, since everyone's, like, taking a break or editing, or both. Okay. We filled out the macerator background. Now I can work on this top area. Once we're done the top here, then I'll fill out the background here to be all lava. Using a few reference images I have from the deep docks and the underworks. And then once we have that background filled out, we have this top area done, then I think we should be done the machine hallway, and we won't have to do this again. Because we've been working here for probably about 5 hours in total. Oh, Aspect in chat? Are you able to join right now? That's gravel, not stone. Oh, what the hell? Someone told me to check ping, and Aspect hasn't messaged me, but Super Obama told me that someone figured out how to get GTNH working on Bedrock. He didn't explain how, though. That doesn't sound real. Oh, whoops. Ah, whatever, I needed to tear through that wall. Oh yeah, Aspect, I did move the mixer here because I didn't see any purpose for it there. Considering that you're done all the multi-blocks, and so now I can just end the hallway here. Running Minecraft Java on mobile could be real, though. My friend did it. He got Linux working on his phone and was able to run Steam, run Half-Life 2, and then also run Minecraft Java on his phone. And I think he even tried to load up TFG, but as you'd imagine, that didn't go very well. But yeah, common Linux W. Uh-oh. None of those worked. I'm scared now. Okay. Does Flurbin have any updates? What is 9 doing? He's just building. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we don't know what's happening with the server. Luckily, we do know the guys at HypeServe, and so we can just directly contact them about it. A few days ago, we had some similar issues, and it was just because they were having troubles at the server itself, and they said it would be done by the end of the day, and it was. Perks of choosing a server host you actually know. Oh. Hold on, if I want to do this top section, do I want to extend it there? I actually don't think I do. Did I just hit my mic? I think I did. This isn't Silksong? Yeah, it is. Did you not hear about the new DLC? Actually, if I'm going to put a roof here, I'm probably going to use a factory block. I'm going to clean up my backpack so that I actually have inventory space before I do that, though. And here's how I'm going to clean up my backpack. I'm going to throw random tools on the ground here, and I'm going to throw any crafting material I can find. And we're just going to toss it all on the ground so that I can throw it into the crafting station soon. What is this? This is horrendous. Oh, I have a bunch of technical blocks sitting in here. Dude, this backpack is actually so bad. There, that's marginally better. Now I'm gonna figure out a roof for that room. Could actually just use these. Probably use it mixed with something else, though. I wonder, does this look really bad or pretty good? Oh, hold on. I don't think I can use it anywhere, because that doesn't work together very well. But that does work. So I might just use the sloppy plating on its own. That doesn't quite work. So I'll have to just experiment around. Like here, this is dark enough that I think it works. And we'll do that for a few blocks and then restart the sloppy plating. Yeah, there. That's pretty nice. And that's the only part people are actually going to be looking at, so I can go all sloppy plating, well, all sloppy plating on the back here. Ah, why did I do that? That's supposed to be lower. No, it's not. Wait. Oh, no, this is so messy now. Whatever. So now I'm gonna tear down this part of the wall. Which means I can finally expand this top area. Once again, I do not have any purpose for this. Oh. Why are there void metal pipes here? But yeah, I don't have any purpose for this floor anymore, because originally it's for the macerators here, but there's no macerators here anymore. Aspect moved them. And so this floor is purely decorational, though I am tempted to just make a bottomless pit here. What do you guys think? Should I make a bottomless pit? We got one yes. I love how delayed my chat is. Okay, someone really wants me to build a bottomless pit. Someone is actually ecstatic at the idea of me building a bottomless pit. I'm actually scared about this one. Yeah, I think we'll just extend this into the abyss. That seems like the consensus. A layered glass could be cool. I might do that. I was thinking I would just leave it up to whatever I do down here, because I have a few ideas for what this floor is going to be. And so whatever ends up being here, I could probably merge into the pit. But also just that glass fog effect might be nice. So this wall will need to be flat. Which basically means the whole thing needs to be flat. Okay, what is this steam pipe? That's for the macerators there now. But I don't want it to interfere with the wall, so I think what we'll do is we'll reroute this steam pipe to just go along here so that we have open space for the bottomless pit. Also, I think that moving this pipe would be more efficient because currently it's really weird. Oh, and Trobio reminds me that I heard a very, very nice piano cover of the Trobio song from Silk Song, from a channel called The Slow Pianist, or Pianist. I actually don't know the correct pronunciation, but a very obscure channel that does very, very good piano covers of different songs. And he plays them better than I've ever seen on YouTube. Would recommend watching. Oh, we're basically out of Mana Steel. But yeah, he played this whole song, which is like an orchestra, perfectly on his piano. I don't... Like, I'm a piano player. It doesn't look possible with how quickly he moves around on the piano. Anyways, this song just reminded me of that. Am I still going for an old aperture style? Yes. Again, how I take inspiration when building is I'll look at an image and then change it a lot in my head. And so while old aperture is the initial inspiration, it's probably not going to turn out like that in the end. Just because of how I take inspiration. By the way, these pipes are insane. These are void metal pipes, which Tofu Corp has been using since the Steam Age, but these large ones hold apparently 38,000 liters a second of steam, compared to our old steel pipes. I actually don't have any on me. Steel pipes are 4,800. These pipes are 38,000. It's not even close. These are practically infinite transfer speed. I don't know why you'd need this. Oh, this is weird, because the pit isn't symmetrical. Actually, I said actually twice. I think I'm thinking too much about how I'm talking today. But yeah, there's some asymmetry here, but I think it's a good thing. I just remembered that I had a bottomless pit in my E2E base in a very similar area to this. Okay, so I'll probably have some, like, grate there. And that'll extend into the background a bit. Ooh. How do I want to do that? That's annoying. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I think I'll just continue this. So the top level of the pit, I'm gonna use these big rusty plates to cover up the edges, because this pit doesn't have a lot of space. But then as soon as we extend down, then we're going to push out the walls to the sides here so that these pillars are exposed. Because those technical blocks are everything in the way I build. This music is awesome. You should play Hollow Knight and then Silksong. Or if you don't have the time, then just Silksong, which is the game that has this music. Best game ever made. Changed my mind. You think Chief Logan will randomly fall down the pit? I'll probably push him down if he doesn't. Sacrifice. Though he spends all of his time on the surface, he's only doing bee breeding. Oh, 9 was not building at spawn. Because he was, loading chunks. Well, he told me he was loading chunks, so that's probably what was causing issues. Inverted stairs or inverted ramps to cap off the bottom of those. Thing is, I think slopes look really cursed. I'd rather use stairs, but yes, I can do that with these blocks. I just much rather use a stair-like block, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Logan into the square hole. Oh man, I really am green. Okay, this looks out of place now. So we'll replace that with... not a rusty grate. Also, I'm gonna run out of flight charge, and this is not a good time to do that because I don't want to fall down the bottomless pit. Where's my chisel? So yeah, we'll have lights at the top of the pit, and then no more lights going down for the rest of the way, so that it just gets dark. Oh, that's gonna be weird. I'll figure that out. You've been enjoying the Calamity Infernum OST? Does Infernum have different music? Or do you just mean the Calamity OST? Because that soundtrack is very, very good. Okay, I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna work on the walls there while I recharge the flight harness. So do I want the walls of the bottomless pit to be stone bricks? Or do I want it to be metal? I think I want stone bricks, because that's... the lower in our base, the more of a dungeon it is. So I think I want that to be bricks. But then again, the bottom layer I have planned is going to be very, like... it's going to be ducts and little metal maintenance tunnels, and it's all going to be rusty plating. So then, if I want it to merge with that, I'd probably want it to be rusty. Whoa, okay. Spawn portal is enclosed now. Oh, I see what happened. The stupid portal mod put me through the wall there. That's not good. Yeah, I guess now's time to show this off while I'm here, because I have to be here to recharge my flight harness. This is very incomplete, but 9 is filling out a huge new spawn area with a giant road. Oh man, he's been planning this since I originally invited him to the server, so I've been excited to see it, but you can see the chunks loading. He's flattened the entire west section. And there's roads everywhere. I'm actually going to ask someone to sleep so that I can show this off properly. Also, Soy Cake is having problems. Oh, what? I love the Thaumcraft zombies. Because they're just named whatever they are. They have a name tag. Oh man, look at this. So this is where Spawn is going to turn into a city. I don't know where he's building the new version of my store, though, because I mentioned at the start of the stream that he is taking down my store and rebuilding it. And it is going to be different than the original building, that building. But I'm okay with that, because I need to remodel the store anyways, and so either way, the whole thing's going to get rebuilt. Now, speaking of that store, I do need some food. So Spawn is rapidly changing. No Silksong boss names in chat. I want people to be able to watch these streams without Silksong spoilers. I use the music without saying the names of the music. What the? Oh, what's one of these? Rip food shop? I'm gonna rebuild it to... I'm gonna rebuild it anyways, because it needs to enter a new phase, and it's gonna be better than it is now. So that was on its way out anyways, and then 9 just offered to rebuild it anyways, so we'll see how he does it. But that will have to get redone. Anyways, there's a lot of texturing that still has to be done, so that's all very incomplete, but I'm excited to see it turn out. Now our flight harness is recharged, though, so we can continue on the bottomless pit. Make a Silksong Spoilers restaurant where every dish is named as a random Silksong spoiler. Hornet dies. Zote comes back. In case you're wondering, by the way, that's all bullshit. I wouldn't actually spoil the game like that. Or maybe I just said that so that you're surprised when Hornet dies. I don't know why I made another bit of food. Any idea for your nether road? I am currently fully focused on my base, so I have not thought about that. Also, we have the steam ovens and we have the witch farm. I should probably get some more iron. Oh, no, we have 58 stacks here. Okay. Those were factory blocks. Smartest man alive. Okay, well we have a lot of factory blocks now. Can I actually do anything useful with these? I only needed a stack. I wanted technical blocks. We'll do 2 stacks for now. Nine needed a reason to build a scrapyard, so you decided to build a city around it. If that's the real reason, that's fire. Oh no, I didn't make that plate large enough. I can use covers. Oh, the bottomless pit already exists. That's the stronghold. Do I want to use vents? I think I want to use rusty grate. Bottomless pit right into the end portal? Wait, shit, this is really close. There's the end portal. Honestly, the bottomless pit might have a function. Might be an easy way to the end portal. I'm gonna pull a Ludwig here and just start digging the wall. How far is the portal room? Is it right here? Yep. I'm gonna make this a little bit more obvious, because I blocked this off when I was getting lava in episode 2. Wait a minute, where did I come from? Oh no. Really am a lot like Ludwig. Oh, I've ended up in the back end of my base here. I didn't loot my playlist. Oh no, it's looping just that song. No, whole playlist. There we go. So what do I do about this? Because I've made a mistake, and I haven't let the plate go low enough to cover this. I could just use a shit ton of covers here. Oh, what the hell? That's not good. Dude, this is what I'm talking about with the offhand. They backported it mostly well, but then there's just some interactions that are very weird. Could also try to move the pipe, but honestly, I think I'll just live with this. Because it doesn't even look that weird. You'd think it would look weirder, but steel plates look a lot like stone. Oh, that's an abyssal block. That's concerning. Oh, no, it just leads to nowhere. Awesome. Abyssal blocks Aspect has been using as the base for a lot of rooms, but that room has been cancelled. It just doesn't exist. Okay, the bottomless pit is starting to look pretty good. So all I have to do now is extend this to a point where light doesn't reach the bottom of the pit, and then hardcore darkness can take it from there, and it will look perfectly black. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the bottom there. There's a lot of just blocks sitting around. I don't want most of this. Okay, another thing I want to do here is I want some fake pipes coming out of the wall, just extending down. Again, with that old aperture comparison, in Portal 2, when you fall into Chapter 6, then there's a lot of pipes down that tunnel, and there's just more and more as you go down. I really liked how those pipes look, I don't know why. So I'm gonna replicate that here, use some probably huge bronze pipes, or huge copper pipes. Maybe I'll just do steel, though. I don't know, I probably should break up the gray with something. Oh yeah, right now I am working on a video essay on Silksong speedrunning. And sort of gonna be like an M Sushi video, if you've watched M Sushi. How many of you guys, even non-Silksong players, how many of you guys would actually be interested in watching that? Because so far I've been having quite a bit of fun working on it. Oh. I probably shouldn't tear that apart. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of like an M Sushi video, but instead of covering one single skip or development in the run, it's just gonna be talking about how I learned the route. Since I have recorded almost every speedrun since I started speedrunning the game. Is Silksong just a platformer? I mean, that sounds kind of insulting, but yeah, it is a platformer. It's a 2D Metroidvania. It's a very, very good 2D Metroidvania. Wouldn't watch until I beat it. Yeah, that's completely reasonable. Oh, I should probably clear something up, because when I made the post a couple days ago, talking about how I was kind of getting bothered by some people, like, commenting on the streams, just telling me to get off Silksong. That was just talking about the type of people that would tab into the stream just to make my time worse. I don't care if you're ignoring the stream because you haven't played the game or because you don't like Silksong, that's fine. That post was just about people who went out of their way to make my stream more annoying. Oh, Duck is here. Should I VC with him? Oh, he has gifts. Let's see this. I'm a bit scared. What the hell? What? Um, What is this material? I assume he could not have possibly smelted this. No, he got some other way to get this, because that's all MV and HV. Oh, Igblon is in chat. Hi. I don't think I've talked to Igblon since Chaos Tech. Wait, what? No, no, no. I didn't even look at this. I thought this was just some Thaumcraft shit. What? What the hell is Duck doing? What are we doing here? What is this? Okay, is this equally insane? Oh, it's unobtainable. When I press the recipe button, it doesn't exist. Sure. I need explanations. Transcendent Metal is like the end of the game. I think it's close to the end. I'm gonna break this down as best I can as a non-GTNH player, but you need the Dimensionally Transcendent Plasma Forge, which is your main endgame smelter. I believe you unlock this in Ultra Extreme Voltage, which is like 8 million volts. But I'm pretty sure it takes a lot more than that. You need Cosmic Neutronium, which is another UEV material, which I actually don't know how to make. I believe you'd fluid solidify it out of liquid Cosmic Neutronium. Which is made how? I actually don't know. Oh, this is probably it. Getting some material, I assume it doesn't always have to be copper, maybe it does. And then using Dimensionally Transcendent Crude Catalyst. Yeah, like I said, as best I can't really do much to do this justice, but this is one of those endgame materials. It's not quite Stargate level, I think there's a tier or two after this, but it's definitely not LV, I'll say that. Can you even break it if you place it down? I don't want to check. Scenarium is a little bit crazy, because like, it wants a vacuum freezer, which needs EV circuits. But Transcendent Metal is more insane. My guess is that he figured out a way to, edit block data and, like, basically transform one block into another. Because this doesn't even have a recipe. And it doesn't have uses either. So he found some glitch to just transmutate materials. So what happened while I was away? Duck gave me this, Transcendent Metal, which is made in the Dimensionally Transcendent Plasma Forge. Oh, whoops. Which is like this multi-block. I assume he didn't actually do that, because that would be breaking server rules and also physically impossible. Like, you can't progress that fast. So I don't know. I kind of want to should I place it at the bottom of the pit? Am I allowed to do polls on YouTube live streams? I am able to. I don't think it's that important, though. Trade it for tofu coins? He probably has multiple. Thaumcraft infused seeds use an Ordic for its loot table. Is there a different Transcendent Metal? Hold on. This might be it. This might be our connection. Because no, is Blood Magic MV, though? I think Blood Magic might be MV. It doesn't want to tell me. Pulsating crystal, yeah, that's MV. So this wouldn't be it. Would this be it? No, that needs plutonium and iridium. That's not an option. Yeah, I got nothing. He used door transmutation? Is that actually a thing in GTNH, or are you making a Terraria reference? Because I know that's a thing in Terraria. Average infused seed drop? Okay, I assume he's also seen this. I love having them on the server. We should use Transcendent Metal. Hold on, I'm gonna say that. Oh, hold on, is it Transcend? I always get that wrong. Will the multi-block machines be individual for groups or communal for the whole server? It's more fun if they're individual. Plus, things like the DTPF need to be used with an AE2 system, and so we'd have to merge our AE2 systems to make that work. It's just not an option to make it communal, and I wouldn't want it to be. Oh, why am I digging up this floor? I just wanted to fill in the walls and see how it looked at the end. Because I don't think I'm going to extend this any lower for now. So the bottomless pit is going to have a bottom for now. Oh, I could probably make it actually bottomless using bedrock breakers. Would you play Star Technology at some point? No. I'm actually probably going to be done with GT after after Project Singularity. TFG was going to probably be one of my last series, and then my idea for Project Singularity kept me going, but I'm mostly done with this, especially with Silksong now. Like, I am crazy addicted to that game, and so I think that's the next thing I'm going to be dumping my hours into. Or, I already am. Almost 350 hours on the game now. So yeah, after Project Singularity, if there even is an after Project Singularity, I won't be doing more Greg Tech. So for now, I'm just going to leave the bottomless pit like that. You can enter the stronghold that way. Looks kind of interesting. Oh, whoops. I'm actually pretty happy with this. How many Project Singularity episodes do you think there will be? It depends if I change my pacing now that I'm live streaming, but continuing at the pace I have been going with videos so far, like, probably well over 100. It'll be at least as large as an average Hermitcraft series. Is Greg Tech better or worse than Project Singularity? Project Singularity is on GTNH. What do you mean? Project Singularity is our series that we're doing on Greg Tech New Horizons, and Greg Tech is just one mod in Greg Tech New Horizons. So Greg Tech is a lot of things. There's the 1.18, well, the 1.19 plus version, which is what I was playing on TFG. There's the 1.7 version, which is what's in GTNH, the 1.12 version in Nomi Factory, and some others. So I can't say if one's better or worse than the other. They're completely different categories. But yeah, that would be like asking if Hermitcraft is better than Minecraft. There's also GT6. Isn't that still on 1.7? Like, it's the official Greg Tech made by Gregorius T, but it's also still on 1.7, and only some Russian players use it. Oh, TFG versus this mod pack? Single-player TFG is better. Multiplayer GTNH is better. TFG is just a very, very fun and not very difficult mod pack. While GTNH is very long, definitely rewarding, but very long and very difficult, and I would only ever do it in a multiplayer scenario like this. Also, this worked out perfectly. Can I just say? Every 3 blocks, I can have one of these. That's very satisfying. I can't believe this YouTuber is gatekeeping this amazing mod pack from the public. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. One of my favorite comments I've seen wasn't on one of my videos, it was it was on one of Logan's streams. Someone asked, when is this mod pack released? And he said around 10 years ago, I think. The person was presumably asking if the mod pack was released or something. Because they didn't know it was GTNH, even though it was pretty loudly said that it's GTNH. And he just responds with around 10 years ago. When is MV? Either January 3rd or January 10th. We still haven't decided. Which mod pack is the best for playing by yourself? TFG. Like I said, it is my favorite mod pack. It is just a very, very fun and satisfying experience. And they're making it better. Like, it was already really good, and they're making it even better. Is Pyrity in the chat to hear my glaze? StarTech is best for solo. I haven't played it, I've watched it a bit, but off of just satisfaction from watching both mod packs, I'd say TFG is better, but I haven't played StarTech, so I'm not really qualified to say that. Yeah, StarTech looks great. It seems like a pretty good beginner pack, but I just like the very slow from-the-bottom progression of TFG. Like, yeah, StarTech, you start on a tiny skyblock island, but they give you so much stuff. Resources are insanely easy to get. TFG resources are always somewhat of a struggle, but never too much. It's very satisfying. I think I want to put catwalks here. Where's my wrench? Okay. And then we'll also have a catwalk around this mixer. Do you think there will be a Hollow Knight mod pack? Someone did mod Hollow Knight into Minecraft, but I don't know why you'd play it. Like, that's just for a video idea, but apart from the cool video that one guy made, just play Hollow Knight? Are you guys still in LV? Yep. We're gonna wait a little bit longer to let everyone build the stuff they want to. Even the crazy teams like the Waterfowl team, which is what just gave us Transcendent Metal for some reason, they have plenty of other plans, equally nefarious. So, we could probably drag out this tier for quite a while, but I think we'll end it in early January. What is the hardest phase of this mod? I'm not an expert on this mod. Ask someone who knows. So far, the hardest thing has probably been the early game. Like, LV has been pretty chill so far, but the early game was brutal with the infernal mobs. You don't have a lot of health. Food is a nightmare to get. But that ended pretty quick. But yeah, I'm not an expert. We're in the easy, early tech part of the pack. I've heard that a lot of people get demoralized around Eevee and Ivy when the whole game shifts to AE2. Which, yeah, in TFG, I also felt that a little bit. Once you reach AE2, everything changes. Suddenly, everything's costing 10 times more, but you're making 10 times more. Well, you're supposed to be making 10 times more, and if you're not, you're gonna stop playing pretty quick. So I've heard that that's a pretty brutal point that a lot of people stop playing. But I don't know. Is TFG Terra Firma Greg? Yes, that's the acronym. I don't want to say Terra Firma Greg every 3 seconds. Okay, I just realized that I've made a mistake. I filled in the roof with scaffolding before I had replaced the material with stone. So I'm gonna have to do this now. Does this server have a plan for when things get spammy in mid to end game to prevent server lag? Probably just pay for more server resources. We know the guys at HypeServe. We can contact them directly. The hardware we're running on now is just the stuff they donated for the start of our server, but we can definitely pay for more. Really, my plan to prevent lag is throw money at any problems. If things get really bad, though, then we will probably have to join into one base. I don't want to, but for the sake of finishing out the series, that would be what we had to do. And then if we do a Season 2, then we would we'd get our own server. A physical one. Be careful, RAM is really expensive now. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do about that. Hopefully, since Project Singularity is going to take really long, hopefully in a year it will have stabilized a little bit. I mean, RAM prices aren't going to be like this forever. It's basic supply and demand. Currently, the demand shot up way faster than the supply could. But we'll catch up eventually. In a year, it'll probably be manageable. Did you guys ever play a Nomi Factory server? First of all, I've already played Nomi Factory. And second of all, the reason we chose GTNH is because it is a very long mod pack, and so the series can last for a very long time. If we chose anything else like TFG or Nomi Factory, the series would probably already be over. Like, on my own, I could probably get to LV in TFG in 2 days. I actually have in the past. So that's not just like a bragging statement, I have done that. TFG's not very hard. Nomi Factory, yeah, you can get to LV within the first hour. Probably less. If you just look at Igblon's Nomi Factory event, like, teams were done the pack in less than 2 weeks. And yeah, while we wouldn't be rushing the same way, still, the series would only last just over a month or two. Okay, I think this top area is done now. Fully done. There's nothing more I can think to add. Oh, this macerator area is incomplete. Ow. So this is looking very nice. And the basement here... Oh, whoops. Don't want to fall down the bottomless pit. The bottom floor here is still incomplete. I need to copy this background over to this machine and then fill in this wall, but other than that, we're basically done. Could make artificial progression gates like Sevtech Ages. Well, that's what we're doing here. Like, Tofu Corp would be in Eevee if we didn't do that. But those progression gates would feel a lot more harsh if we were doing something like Nomi Factory or TFG. Because... Oh, is there anything in here? No, okay. Those progression gates would feel a lot more harsh, because otherwise you'd have to lift a progression gate once every week, maybe even faster than that. Or you'd have to stay in one tier for such a long time that everyone stops playing. And the original purpose of that top floor is completely lost now, because that was just to be able to access the macerators, which have been moved to here. But it definitely adds depth to the ceiling. And we also have the bottomless pit. We all love the bottomless pit. Oh, I didn't fill this in properly. That's what I was seeing. Okay, it's now impossible to access that area. Okay, what do I want to do next? I think I want to finish up these lava sections. So I didn't show myself building these on stream, because I did them off camera a few days ago. But I'm just putting a little lava background here, because I think it looks cool, and I have some ideas to tie it in with the bottom floor. If there's going to be a Project Singularity Season 2, is it going to be the same cast of people, or will more people be added? We'll probably add more people. I don't know who, but, we were originally thinking of inviting Chosen Architect, because he would be a perfect fit, I feel like. If we want Hermitcraft, he's basically already a hermit, with the way his videos are. A really chill guy. And then, who else were we thinking of? I mean, we could try to invite Igblon. He's on the stream earlier, but if you're still on the stream, the reason we haven't invited you is because your videos do not quite fit that Hermitcraft feel. And that's what we're trying to go for here. Not that it's bad, it just doesn't fit. Okay, how's this working? Oh, I didn't fill in the roof here ever. That's scuffed. Uh-oh, okay. We'll have to do that one block at a time. What do I want to use there? Could use a scaffold, could probably use something rusty. I want to use something orange, actually, so I'll just use more vents. Oh, or this. I'll do this. I want to keep a lot of blocks around here orange, because we don't have any bloom to make the lava properly glow. So I would have to fake that with some orange blocks around it to make it feel like it's glowing more. But at the same time, I want to use blocks like this, and so it's probably not going to happen. Where's my, my diamond tank? I had a diamond tank of lava around here. Oh, I would have brought it to the other side to fill the bottom floor here. Well, now I can't find where that area is. There we go. This has all been walled off. Oh man, I just I dug through the side here. Really did not need to. What tool did you guys use to make the seed map that Soy used to find loot games? No clue. I don't control whatever Soy's doing. In this version, lava makes a steam noise every time it moves. Why? Okay, that's pretty cool. Duck, I'm banning you. I'm gonna turn this into a Doug chat and just ban anyone who's wow. I'm gonna ban anyone who says 6-7. And it's a Doug chat because he bans like thousands of people for content. Okay, I don't really need a good floor back here because no one's gonna see this part. And so I can probably just fill this with some dark factory block. I think I'll do the purple wireframe. And then forget about it. Okay, I think this is done. This whole wall. I do need some lighting here. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Because I feel like this needs a light there. But I don't know what to use. Because a torch would look weird. Or would it? It does. It doesn't quite work. Is this supposed to be like Underworks? I mean, vaguely. But like I've said a few times now, when I take inspiration, it changes a lot in my head before I actually start placing, and so... Well, my reference images are all Underworks. It has changed shape a lot since reference images. Is this hallway done now? This was supposed to be a quick start of the stream sort of thing, not, the first 3 hours of stream. But, I mean, the roof's done. I did just mention this light. I do need to get this light in. This lantern was supposed to do that. Are there chiseled torches in this version? No, okay. We're once again in the position where I don't know what to use for a light source. We've been here 100 times before. Usually the solution is lanterns. Do I have iron plates? I do not. Okay, you're not on foil mode. This is crazy. I assume that's for, yeah, cupronickel coils. Not this again, man. I need to make up my mind with lighting, like, as fast as possible before we're stuck here for another hour. This one light source could eat the entire stream if I'm not careful, because it has in the past. Ideally, I'd have a lantern right there. I wonder if I could just do this. What do you mean that's not valid? Okay, well, the lantern back port is really bad, apparently. This might look a bit scuffed. Oh, that's not the lantern back port's fault, that's just architect's fault. Could I use carpenter's stairs to get the same effect? Why? Why is that the way to make it? Thank you, GTNH. I have to file a slope to make stairs. I don't understand why this is a necessary recipe. Okay, is this good? Actually, yeah. That works. Could probably use this somewhere else, too. Like, this is really dark, though I don't know how to fix that. Oh, actually, I could probably do this. No, pipes block light. I can't put a light in the floor. I don't know why pipes block light in this version. Very weird. I'll just do that. Good enough. And so this is our finished multi-block line. Well, I haven't built any of these multi-blocks myself. This has all been Aspect's work. All of the decoration has been mine. It's very good to be using technical blocks and factory blocks again. I haven't used this since E2E. And there's a lot of depth to this build. We have these lava areas. And then we have the rafters up above, which add a lot more depth to the ceiling. It's just a very nice area. It's also very spontaneous. I didn't plan this out at all. I've just been building this in a very slow, progressive way. And so now it's kind of out of place. I'll have to build with the same style on this bottom floor, or else this will feel very random. This floor, though, needs work, and I can't really use that style because I already have the Migmatite bricks and stuff. Migmatite, wow, TFG reference. The deep slate bricks. And so I'll have to continue using that style here, just clean it up. But this is finally done. Does modernity change the hearts too? No, that's just how many layers of hearts I have. So to clean up your screen, they use different colors of hearts for each row. So your second row is orange, your third row is yellow, fourth is green, fifth row is blue, sixth row is purple, seventh row is magenta, eighth row is pink. I believe that's what I'm on here. I think these are the pink hearts. So I'm at 72 hearts. And this is just because every time you eat a unique food, it adds to a counter of unique hunger points you've eaten, and every 50 hunger points, you gain a heart. And I've eaten all the unique foods, which because of this kitchen. So I have the most hearts on the server. Also, when I was just talking to the recording there a few seconds ago, I remembered that I'm not, in fact, done. Now, we're gonna let that go in the final video, but this wall's not finished. Why did it do that? Okay, that is horrendous. Oh, I already had a station for plates. Great. Oh, that's too close. Oh, wait, these pipes aren't actually connected. I ran into the same problem here. I don't know how to fix that. Good enough. Okay, now I'm adding a behind-the-scenes area to the behind-the-scenes area, except this one's actually just... oh no. No, that's very bad. Oh no, I just realized how bad that is. Can I stop burning? That's so annoying to fix. You gotta love the liquid physics in Minecraft, or lack thereof. No, let me... There we go. I just wanted to connect some pipes into the roof. How? Okay, there we go. I didn't bring my wrench. I love that so much. No, that really doesn't help. It needs to connect properly. How do I do that? Let me see. Did I actually ever make it work down here? Because there was one cover I did differently. Nope, all of them disconnected. GT and H, this is very dumb. Why can't I connect pipes into anything? I just want to be able to connect this into the floor, but it does not let you. So I'd have to put a fluid tank there to make that work. Either that or I find a different cover. There is this, which I assume is meant to do what I'm trying to do. Oh, last time I checked this, it said I couldn't. Okay, that actually looks a lot more possible. Like, you could put a pump. That's just so expensive. AE2 covers only work on cables, by the way. That's for AE2 machines and stuff. What if you used a huge pipe? They're not full blocks. They're close. And I did actually do that for one of them. Where is it? The void pipe. Yeah, there. I used a huge void pipe to fill in the wall, but that was just because that actually has steam running through it. I'm gonna use the hollow cover and hope for the best. But it's part of Forge Microblocks. I don't think this is gonna work. You can use a normal cover? You mean the, like, just placing a plate? That's what I've been doing so far. It disconnects the pipe. It's so dumb that they make it work like that. In modern GT, if you want to connect a pipe somewhere, you can do it anywhere. It does not matter. Oh, I do have a saw, okay. Oh, these are just panels. I need to cut it once more. Okay, we'll see if this works, but these are micro blocks, and micro blocks are not meant for this, so I assume they don't work. They do not, okay. Pyrolyze oven casing or ULV hatches. I mean, again, that's just getting into really expensive territory. I don't want to have to make a fluid tank every single time I want to connect a pipe into a wall. That's just very dumb. And they must have put extra effort to make it work like this. I find it very dumb when games put extra effort to make their game less fun. What purpose is there to prevent you from connecting pipes into nothing? Let me connect them anywhere. It's not like it's looking for a fluid inventory. You can connect it into air. It just doesn't let you connect into a block that doesn't have a fluid inventory. It's so random. ULV hatches are dirt cheap? Are you sure? I mean, I'd need rubber. I'd need a lot of rubber. I would need an iron fluid tank, which needs all these screws. I mean, yeah, it's cheap. We can do it, but it's slow. There's so much random processing. Wood planks are notoriously bad. Lead cables. Lead is something we can't really get a lot of. I don't think Aspect has worked on that yet. So, that's not a thing we can do. Check the assembler recipe. Okay, I guess that's a bit better. It still needs the machine hull, though, and that's what makes me not want to do it. Why are all of these broken? Wouldn't a machine casing work? Maybe? I mean, that's getting back on the expensive side, but it's simple, and I think that matters more at this point. So I'll just make an LV machine casing and see if pipes connect into this. No, okay. Ah, it's so dumb that it works like that. Is this an option? Maybe. It's an annoying one. Possibly a laggy one, because that's supposed to be part of a multi-block. That's technically an option. Oh, that's so much steel. That's a disgusting amount of steel I just had to burn on that. Dude, we just lost all of our steel plates. Oh no. So because of a dumb mechanic that doesn't let you connect pipes into walls, I just had to spend 6 stacks of steel plates. Holy. Thank you, GTNH. This is the random bullshit I signed up for. Oh good, these are still here. Okay, no. It wasn't 6 stacks of steel plates. I just had a bunch in a crafting grid. Can I please do this? Thanks. When you connect to air and place a block, does the connection stay? Yes, until I reload the chunk. Or block update it. If anything updates the pipe, it will disconnect instantly. That's what I tried before. If we look over here. There's a bunch of pipes down there, and they go into these covers. But it does not connect, because it originally, when I placed them, it did connect. And then I relogged, and they're all disconnected now. Very annoying. AE2 covers work? Really? They're for AE2 cables, though. I know I'm using an inefficient bolt recipe, shut up. I really doubt this works. I don't know why I just spent a bunch of steel on it. Wow, okay. It even has all the Greg Tech mechanics. Is it taken off with a crowbar? Yes. So that must be GTNH specific, because that's a mod interaction that is not baked into either mod. Okay, time to connect this up everywhere. Do you know why my game keeps freezing every 20 to 30 seconds? So that's definitely a RAM issue. It is a common thing in basically any mod pack, and there are two possible causes. Either your RAM is slow or not enough. GTNH and other mod packs eat a ton of RAM. And so, if you have any less than 16 gigs, you will run into problems. You can make it work with 8 gigs, but definitely not 4 gigs. I once had a 4 gigabyte computer. Shit's impossible. You cannot run mod packs on that. The other possible cause is that you don't have enough RAM allocated, because by default, Minecraft will only take 4 gigabytes, and so you have to manually go into the launcher settings and tell it to take more. Currently, I have my GTNH set to 32 gigabytes, which is probably way overkill, but I want it to run, so... But, as for the launcher, you can make it work on CurseForge, but use Prism for all this stuff. Like, using Java 21, which you can only do on Prism, it takes way less RAM, way less CPU power. It is just better. There are no drawbacks. There's no downside. It just runs better. So switch to Prism so that you can run Java 21 rather than Java 8. Search up a guide on how to do that. I'm not equipped to explain the whole thing. Or ask the GTNH Discord. They're very helpful for that. But yeah, it's either RAM allocation or your computer just simply isn't good enough, because GTNH eats your RAM like it's actually just a nice cuisine at a restaurant. Happy I got 64 gigabytes before the RAM crisis. I did the same, but I actually got my 64 gigabytes days before the RAM crisis. I bought this new computer, I think right after recording episode 4, and then like a few days later, the RAM sticks I bought tripled their price. It was insane. I dodged the bullet. And this song gives me a little bit of PTSD from the sheer amount I've had to practice the area that the song plays in. Again, I'm not gonna say the name of it, no spoilers. But I think I've spent a total of 30 hours in the area that this song plays in. Maybe longer, maybe like 40 hours. It's just back-to-back difficult movement and insane skips. any of you've watched my Silksong streams, you probably know what I'm talking about. I've lost runs to this area. That was fun to practice it, though. It has some very chill music. Oh, did I not bring my wrench again? Oh, it's here, okay. 1% durability. Awesome. That's the wrong size of pipe. Doesn't actually matter. I can do this. That is a wall of text. Oh, this music is even more practicing trauma. Except probably more recent, because I only recently got the tools to practice it. But I do really like it. I do like that area. That area. I'm just gonna be very vague so that non-Silksong players don't get spoiled. Just joined stream, what are you doing? I am making all the machine lines look nice. So right now we're behind the steam purifier, which the new teammate Aspect made. And I'm just going to be filling this in with scaffolding, and it is the last thing we need to do on this machine line. Also use Java 25 version. I couldn't get to Java 25. Most people in Project Singularity are using Java 21 because it's much more straightforward to do. For some reason, Java 25 is just a little bit more inconvenient. Also, I faintly remember either a Project Singularity member, one of the actual experts who know what they're talking about, either a Project Singularity member or... that's bad. Or someone on the GTNH Discord server saying that Java 25 is a bit more unstable. Please stop it, why? And then the fire effect lasts for 18 million years. Watch full stages of evolution between the time I'm touched in the lava and the time that the fire finally stops. I think you guys are mixing up Java 21 with Java 8. Java 21 and Java 25, I've heard, are basically no different. Like, Java 25 is a bit faster, but a bit more finicky. Java 8 is what's complete dog water, okay? Java 8 is where you just should stop playing. Give up. Well, I think that's done now. But yeah, I'm running on Java 21 right now. It is very nice, and most Project Singularity members are too. I actually don't know if anyone's on Java 25 here. Actually, if this is going to be the end of the hallway, I might as well make it look nice. Instead of using a stone wall. Oh, but how? Okay, make it look nice is going to get changed to covered up with wireframe. There we go. Phenomenal. One 1.7 does support 25, I just heard it's finicky and unstable. I heard... I might be mishearing, misremembering, because I didn't pay much attention to it, but I either heard that it's unstable, or I heard that there's not that much of a difference, or I heard both. I don't quite remember, but it was something along those lines. And so they said we just shouldn't bother with going to 25, just go to 21. Okay, this is actually, for real this time, fully filled out. That's weird. Now that I have the lantern in place, I think this looks weird. Ah, whatever. I'm too lazy. I want to move on. Been building this one area for so long. No, I said for real this time, but the floor's not done. There's a huge section of floor that's not done. Oh no. I don't think we're even gonna be able to do other building today. I gotta get off soon. Ow, I hate you so much. Oh, I've never connected the steam hatch here. I should probably do that. Whoops, I think we just filled the steel pipe with steam. Yep, that's gonna be bouncing around in there for a while. Hopefully that doesn't become like a tiny lag issue. Please stop it. There we go. So how am I gonna make this connect properly? I'm gonna need a lot of facades. Oh man, misplacing every block. I think I've said that this half of the base is done like 4 times now. What do you mean you're not connected? No, stop it. Okay, that was just a misclick. It was a misinput. I need fire res. I'm gonna get fire res. It's gonna look really annoying. It's all gonna be fire. The whole screen is gonna be fire. All my viewers are gonna leave, rightfully so. And then I'll probably leave as well, because it's really annoying to look at vanilla Minecraft fire effects. We don't even have fire res. This is cooked. I don't want to make fire res. That's so just... that's irritating to me. It's not even that bad. I swear we had a brewery, I'm not insane. I don't know how to do this without fire res. I didn't realize we had such a limited supply of those potions. Might just want to remove the lava. Remove it temporarily. I'm gonna replace this, just so that it updates the flowing lava there. I need some lava there, but I also need to fill in all the walls. Would you like to borrow mine? You mean your fire resistance potions? Sure. Though by the time you get here, I might actually be done anyways. So, not sure if it's worth it for you. Well, now it's a race for 9 to see if he can get over here and give me fire res before I'm done. Oh, I think I'm basically done. Yeah, 9, don't bother. I need like 3 buckets of lava and I'm done. Oh, he's here. That's great. I'm placing my last bucket right now. Unlucky timing. That is not an item. Oh, adventure backpack, I see. Oh, he has aluminum? I guess basically everyone does. I've been putting off the EBF because to me it's like an end of LV sort of thing. And so I don't want to do it until we're done everything else. Oh wait, what am I missing? Fruit and grain. I'll probably just get a bunch of smoothies here. Okay, nice. Are we actually done now? I think we are. Oh, no. No, the pipes go nowhere. The pipe routing looks AI generated now because it just starts nowhere and goes nowhere. Whatever, whatever. I don't want to go back down there in the lava. Oh, this is cool. There's also all of this. I assume we want to put this in the arc furnace. Why not the macerator, though? That looks better. I mean, we wouldn't get the brick dust, but still, it does seem better. Because we wouldn't have to wait for the arc furnace. We have an arc furnace, actually, I think. Anyways, with this hallway done, I need to clean up this floor. I've said this a few times now. This area just is kind of nothing. The witch farm's here. There was a tunnel to the copper mine at one point. And then the wall itself is bare. This was very temporary, and then I stopped the stream before I could finish building it. This is all unfinished. Most of this is from the original dungeon, because there was a wall that went across here. And so those were the four corners of the room. So this room just needs so much work. But once we're done this bottom level, I think I'm going to stop building and actually start progressing again. But I think I'll save that for later, because it is 11 o'clock for me. And I'm getting very tired of building. So, this area is all done. For real this time. Absolutely every part of it. There's no exposed stone that I didn't intend for. There is some, but it's like, that is intended. I'm very, very happy with it. There's a lot of layers to this build, and I've very slowly worked on it. There's also the bottomless pit, which has a very visible, very close bottom. Anyways, thank you all for watching.